Thank you so much for checking out this free video. If you don't mind, please click like and subscribe. But the only thing that I can presume is that, you know, everyone always talks about so-and-so has go-away heat and such. Well, if you watch wrestling and you listen to the crowd, there really are three types of boos, okay? There's just the regular booing, you know, some heel does something bad and the fans boo, whatever, okay? That's the most common type. Then there's a type like Dominic Mysterio or Don Callis, where not only do they boo, but to the fans, the booing is part of the act, and so they lean into it even more. And, you know, that's kind of like they're playing along in that sense, okay? Then there's a third type, which is, okay, they really don't like you, and it's like they're trying to boo you out of the building. Does everyone understand? You've all heard these different types of boos, right? So I think what happened was she went out there expecting to just get the traditional, I'm going to be a heel and the people are going to boo me. But instead, the people were like trying to shout her down because they really, really don't like her. And she was offended by that reaction as opposed to just, hey, we're going to boo you like any other heel on the show. I mean, they were really vociferously booing her like, go away, we hate you. And I think she took that personally and she was just like, screw it, I'm done. Go ahead and do this segment. So then Tiffany starts doing all of her lines. And she mentions that Charlotte is a Nepo baby, which was a scripted line. But then Charlotte jumps in with, Nepo Queen! The #1 Nepo baby! This was not in the script. I don't know if she was trying to throw Tiffany off or what the deal was. Then she starts making fun of Tiffany's voice, which was absolutely not in the script. And she's ridiculing her and doing the high-pitched voice thing. And then Tiffany was like, I guess she was over it. And she mentioned, what are you now, 0-3? The discussion about divorces and everything, that was all in the script. But the line about 0-3, which was a reference to how many times she's been divorced, that was not in the script. And Tiffany ended up throwing down the mic and rolling out of the ring, which is a heel move, and she's supposed to be a babyface. That also was not in the script. And if you watch it, she throws down the mic, and she starts to roll out of the ring, and Charlotte starts walking, and Wade Barrett, he is going to get between these two, because he can see this thing has gone totally off the rails. And so they go to the back, and, I mean, the fact is, there was heat on both of them. There was more heat on Charlotte because, A, I mean, she went off the script more, and B, like, she's the veteran. She's the one who's supposed to be keeping this stuff together, which, by the way, is the exact same thing that I was talking about in her match with B-Fab and in her other promo segment with Tiffany. But it's mostly the B-Fab match because Charlotte's thing is, if stuff starts to go wrong, I'm going to make sure that the audience knows it's their fault, not mine. What she should be doing is if things start to go south, well, she needs to try to reel it in. She's the veteran. She's been doing it longer. It's her job to try to save it. If she ends up getting heat because fans don't understand who screwed that up, well, whatever. Like, that's part of your job. But I mean, I first started seeing these problems in that B-Fab match. It was her second match back. She had another match with Michin, which I honestly wasn't paying that much attention to. But the B-Fab match was definitely like, B-Fab is green, and if something went wrong, Charlotte just like step back, let her sink. Let the fans know it's her fault, not mine. Then they do the match. Something goes wrong, let her sink. And it was the same thing with that promo. It's like Charlotte got angry, and so she gave up. Tiffany, at that point, was remaining professional. She kept going. And then Charlotte's like, well, I don't know what she was thinking, but she did it. So anyway, there was heat on both of them. And I guess we'll see what they end up doing on Friday. My guess is that now that this happened and so many people have seen it, My guess is they're going to try and do work, shoot stuff. And for everybody that thinks like this whole thing was a work, let me tell you something. When they start doing work, shoot stuff, you're going to very quickly figure out that this wasn't a work. Because when WWE does work, shoot stuff, it's painfully obvious. And they're either going to do that and lean into it if these guys can like figure out how to work together, or we're going to have via satellite again, Charlotte in this room, Tiffany in this room. And I guess the only other thing I can say is I watched that BFAB match. I watched this promo segment. I have no hope for this match at WrestleMania. Absolutely, positively no hope. Because Tiffany is a great athlete, but she's still green, and there's going to be something that goes wrong, and I have no faith that Charlotte is going to throw her a life preserver. She's going to let her sink, and the match is going to go all to hell. That is my prediction here on April 8th. I hope they prove me wrong, but that's my prediction. If you love this show, you should consider signing up at WrestlingObserver.com. WrestlingObserver.com has every show that we have ever done, over 15,000 podcasts in the archives, dating back to 2005. Searchable by show, searchable by year. Perhaps the first show you ever watched was 2008 WrestleMania? Well, you can head into the archives and you can find the podcast we did, all built around the 2008 WrestleMania. Every major show, whether it be WWE, AEW, we covered it all. 15,000 archived shows at WrestlingObserver.com. Also, when you subscribe, you get full access to the Wrestling Observer newsletter. There's a new Observer every Friday. And on top of that, we have thousands and thousands of archived issues of the Observer dating back to 1991. So again, WrestleMania 2008, go to the archives, search WrestleMania 2008, read all of the issues surrounding that show. Of course, Wrestling Observer newsletter, 40,000 words of news and information on pro wrestling and mixed martial arts every single week. New issue comes out every Friday. New back issue comes out every Monday. You also get the discussion board. One of the best discussion boards on the internet. It's members only. If you're going to troll, well, you got to pay to troll, and there aren't too many of those. And if you cause too much trouble, you're out of there. So if you want a great place to discuss professional wrestling, it is the board. Also available as a subscriber at WrestlingObserver.com. The whole package, all of the new shows, all of the archived shows, all of the new issues of The Observer, all of the archived editions of the newsletter, all of the past episodes of Wrestling Observer Radio, Wrestling Observer Live, The Bryan and Vinny Show, Figure Four Daily, Filthy Four Daily, The Board, all of it, just $14.99 per month. The full shebang, and you can save a lot of money getting an annual subscription. A full year, you basically get 2 months free. So check it out, WrestlingObserver.com, everything you'll ever need as a fan of professional wrestling. Check it out today, F4WOnline.com.